Alright, it's time once again for technically analysis. We're going to start with the dollar, DXY. Okay, so our original thesis was that we would come and test this 96 short-term uptrending level of support. We'd get a bounce, and we didn't quite get up to the level that we thought we would have, which is 97 around December 20th. Okay, we didn't get that high, and we rolled over. We fell below that short-term uptrending level of support. So it appears that we're on this trend line to get this other longer term uptrending level of support. It's funny that the dollar is largely following the exact pattern that I had for it catching that bounce and then coming back and falling through. Although we didn't get to that 97 target, we're really very close to this line for DXY. So, you know, every once in a while you get right about something, but how Bitcoin and the larger markets, especially crypto markets, are responding to this dollar action right now is a little concerning, because despite the fact that the dollar has, fallen underneath that level of support, we've really largely haven't seen that really big bounce for Bitcoin and crypto in general. So what I'm looking at over here on Bitcoin was the fact that we did break through this this downtrending resistance level. We broke through that around December 22nd. On December 20th, my prediction was that we should have come down here and tested this long-term uptrending level support at 38,000. I said if this didn't happen, then likely our upside was much lower. And it's funny, on December 26th, Bitcoin was exactly where I thought it would be on December 26th from this weird line that I drew. But anyways, now that we've broken through this downtrending level of resistance, it appears that we're coming back down to test that, which would get us about a $45,000 Bitcoin if it happened in the next couple days. However, if it were to break through that, we still may come down to this $38,000 Bitcoin. And I had some thoughts about why maybe my timing was a little off if it does indeed play out that way. And it's related to the Coinbase IPO, which happened earlier this year. I feel like it threw off the natural progression of the markets because Coinbase, being such a large holder of crypto, one of the largest holders of crypto in the world, they were able to kind of control the market and keep Bitcoin prices elevated artificially for a couple weeks so that it was at a good price whenever that IPO came around. That's kind of my opinion of what happened. So, the basic scenario that I'm looking at is that Bitcoin probably comes down and tests 44 to 45,000, the top line of this resistance that was broken through. So I would say we'd come back and test that at about 45,000, and hopefully you'd see a nice bounce from there. You could potentially see continuation on and hit some of these targets that we have, like $120,000 at the end of January. But that's going to require quite an impressive move. But maybe some news will align with that. The other scenario is we do break through this and kind of test this $38,000 level that I've been talking about, January 4th or 5th, 6th. And if that's the case, then I would expect it would throw off our timing by about 2 weeks. So, maybe instead of the end of January for Bitcoin, it would be early February for that peak on Bitcoin, which I would then adjust my strategies accordingly for the altcoins, which I expect would lag Bitcoin's peak a little bit. Looking over here at ADA, well, we did have a really nice move on ADA where we broke through one of these levels of support and resistance that, we had fallen through before, so we broke back through that former support level that was turned into resistance. So we broke through that, which was a really good sign because it was largely a move that wasn't necessarily with Bitcoin that much. It was kind of green when Bitcoin was having a bit of a down day, and but since then we've fallen back through that level of resistance, and we're kind of just floating towards the bottom side of this big old Luca triangle. The hope here is that we could come to the bottom of this triangle, which we've tested many times already, like 5 or 6 times. We come to the bottom of that and test it, and then hopefully get our bounce up and through this triangle. Otherwise, if Bitcoin does get that move down to $38,000, I'm now hopeful that ADA will be able to maintain $1. And if it maintains $1, we still think the thesis would be intact that we could hit 450 ADA towards the end of February. Although again, we may need to adjust that by about 2 weeks if it is indeed the case that this Coinbase IPO may have thrown off the timing of the markets a little bit. But remember, this is only technically analysis, and it's not financial advice. Y'all have a good day.